Okay. The RNC convention's over. And Trumpmania is running wild. It's happened. Trumpmania. You know, I said that this election cycle was going to be entertaining. I said it was going to be funny. I did not know. Hold on. If I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this properly. Because listen, folks. We could be living in idiocracy, or we could be living in the most interesting time, not the most important, but the most interesting times ever. What can I say? You're welcome. I've been proven correct. Do not debate me. I'm not wrong. I am factually correct. That's right. Hard Lens Media, the only podcast, the only YouTube channel that can confirm that it wears pants, is telling you we called it. This was going to be the most interesting and most hilarious. Not the most important. This is, hey, AOC, I hate to break it to you. Girl, baby girl, I hate to break it to you. Most interesting and funny election cycle. Because this right here was the opening salvo right here, man.
But what happened last week when they took a shot at my hero?
Yeah!
And they tried to kill the next president of the United States.
Yeah!
Enough was enough.
Yeah!
Said,
yeah!
Trumpmania run wild.
Yeah!
Let Trumpmania rule again. Let Trumpmania make America great again.
That's right. You're goddamn right. USA. God damn it, man. A tear rolled. Hey, listen, I laughed so hard. A tear rolled out of my eye, fell down my cheek, and turned into a screaming bald eagle flying off into the sunset. I couldn't stop laughing. I mean, do you have any idea what the Democrats are going to try and do at the convention in Chicago? They're going to try and call out all the big celebrities to try and click, copy, and paste this moment, because the Democrats are just that full-on stupid. One more time. Come on. We just got to hear that USA chant. It's pure gold. It's pure gold. USA. USA. USA.
But what happened?
Now, hold on. That was going to be on repeat. But Prim54, I think you've won the comment section. This is what the founding fathers wanted. I could see it on the battlefield. George Washington, after a battle has been concluded, the American flag flying, he turned to his adjutant and said, "Someday, young man, there's going to be a person, a fighter, who will rip off his shirt and start chanting USA. And you want to know something, my son? This is what this whole country is all about. Madness, stupidity, and yelling. And you know something? That's freedom." General Washington, I don't have my quill on me, and I didn't write any of that down. You're an idiot, Johnny. You're an idiot. That conversation probably didn't happen, but this, I mean, honestly, when you get stuff like this is just pure gold. Pure gold. Pure gold. And the thing is, there are other people talking here too. Give it up for Dana White. Yeah, you know what? I liked how he walked on the stage, unbuttoned shirt and everything else. Pure highlights. Love it.
And I'm not telling you what to think. I'm telling you what I know. And I know President Trump. I know President Trump is a fighter. I've been saying this since 2015. Now look at what's happened over the last 10 years. We have all seen it with our own eyes. I'm in the tough guy business, and this man is the toughest, most resilient human being that I've ever met in my life. The higher the stakes, the harder he fights, and this guy never, ever gives up. So what's at stake here? The answer is in President Trump's text, and I quote, "A fight for our country." I know why he's running for president again. Why else would he put himself through everything he's dealt with just to get back here? We all know he doesn't need this. This guy's got a great life. He has a beautiful family, and he has achieved everything that you could possibly achieve.
You know something? I didn't notice that. Ryan Clark, he sounds like a really angry Tom Hanks. To counter Dana White, the Democrats are going to bring out a very angry Tom Hanks, because Tom Hanks is going to talk about tough guys. Tough guys don't dance. Oh, God, oh, man. Oh, God, oh, man. If you know what I'm referencing, I love you.
In life. I know President Trump is literally putting his life on the line for something bigger than himself. And he's willing to risk it all because he loves this country.
Well, we also have other people who spoke there, too, because these are just highlights from the RNC convention. And there was a lot of energy there. Democrats, how are you going to match this?
Lawmakers stepping over the prostrate bodies of their fellow citizens ODing on drugs to go cast votes to send money to some foreign country. Yeah, actually, we've lost more Americans from drugs in the past 4 years than we lost in World War II. Yeah, our bloodiest war, more than we lost in World War II. Does anybody care? It is pathetic. It is pathetic. And do you hear a single word from Washington about doing anything about it? We know where the drugs are coming from. We know the supply routes. The U.S. military spent billions bombing the Ho Chi Minh Trail. You don't see our commander-in-chief suggesting that we use our military to protect our country or the lives of its citizens. No.
Now, Miguel H. on Kick writes, everything is being staged. That's right, folks. I do read the comments. I try and read them as much as I can. They are going a mile a minute, but you know, it's all one big show. These politicians, the media, everything. It's all one big distraction. No matter who sits on the throne, be it Trump or Biden or whoever, you know, the top 1%ers, the donors have the final say. Don't you get it? The game was rigged from the start. You never had a chance.
No, that's for Ukraine. And it's too much, actually. It's too insulting. It's too insulting. It's a middle finger in the face of every American. It's a very clear statement, which is unmistakable. And that is, we don't care about you. And Donald Trump, whatever you say about him, and I think he's a wonderful person. I know him well. By the way, the funniest person I've ever met in my life, actually.
I thought you said it was Jimmy Dore. You lied, Tucker. How dare you? How simply dare you? You lie. You lie.
You can't be funny without perspective or without empathy, which is true. But everything else about Trump aside, he actually cares because he's interested in the people who live here because that's his job. A father's job, his duty is to his family. An officer's duty is to his men. A president's duty is to his citizens. And he seems to be the only one who thinks that. And in his choice for vice president, JD Vance, he's made that really clear. JD Vance, I'll say this about him, is a thoroughly decent man, and I'll just admit it, a friend of mine, one of the very few politicians in Washington who actually is very close to his own wife, which is wonderful to see. And she's wonderful, actually. But JD Vance has views that are closer to Trump's voters than anyone else in Washington in office. Therefore,
never forget JD Vance said, Trump shouldn't run again. But hey, everybody can have a change of heart. And anybody can have a change of mind. Why not? Why not? It's perfectly fine.
He's the vice president. That's called democracy.
Constitutional republic. That's what we have. Oligarchy. What? But folks, listen, I won't be playing the full thing. But Trump did make a speech. He made a speech. He went to call for unity. He went on to say that he's not supposed to be here, but yet he is here. And look, I'm glad he's safe. I am. I'm really happy he's safe. But good God. I kind of thought the speech would be a little. I know my idealism. This is where my idealism always gets the better of me. I really, 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 really thought maybe it'd be a little bit different.
Let me begin this evening by expressing my gratitude to the American people for your outpouring of love and support following the assassination attempt at my rally on Saturday. As you already know, the assassin's bullet came within a quarter of an inch of taking my life. So many people have asked me, what happened? Tell us what happened, please. And therefore, I will tell you exactly what happened. And you'll never hear it from me a second time because it's actually too painful to tell. It was a warm, beautiful day in the early evening in Butler Township in the great Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Music was loudly playing and the campaign was doing really well. I went to the stage and the crowd was cheering wildly. Everybody was happy. I began speaking very strongly, powerfully, and happily because I was discussing the great job my administration did on immigration at the southern border. We were very proud of it. Behind me and to the right was a large screen that was displaying a chart of border crossings under my leadership. The numbers were absolutely amazing. In order to see the chart, I started to, like this, turn to my right and was ready to begin a little bit further turn, which I'm very lucky I didn't do, when I heard a loud whizzing sound and felt something hit me really, really hard on my right ear. I said to myself, wow, what was that?
Okay. So I don't mean to laugh at that, but it's just okay. Trump, maybe you could tell the story a little bit better, but it's all right.
It can only be a bullet. And moved my right hand to my ear, brought it down. My hand was covered with blood.
Lots of blood.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Blood all over the place.
I know.
I immediately knew it was very serious, that we were under attack. And in one movement proceeded to drop to the ground. Bullets were continuing to fly as very brave Secret Service agents rushed to the stage, and they really did. They rushed to the stage. These are great people at great risk, I will tell you, and pounced on top of me so that I would be protected. There was blood pouring everywhere, and yet, in a certain way, I felt very safe because I had God on my side. I felt that. The amazing thing is that prior to the shot, if I had not moved my head at that very last instant, the assassin's bullet would have perfectly hit its mark, and I would not be here tonight. We would not be together.
Throughout the rest of the speech, you know, he was talking about putting the country together, but it was a very basic, very long-winded speech. So there's a lot to be taken away from this. But you know what? I have to give a salute. Shout out to the boys in NYC. Kate and Russell, I don't know how you sat through it, but it's, hey, good stuff, right? They sat through the speech and, hey, Keaton, tell us how you really feel.
Oh my
wow.
God.
That was insufferable.
Oh my God.
That was awful.
What the fuck was that?
That was one of the worst speeches I ever had to sit through.
I think that was the worst speech I've ever seen. I think that was the worst political speech I've ever seen. I think I've ever seen any speech worse than that.
Well, Bill Clinton's very famous hour and a half ramble was pretty bad.
I mean, I don't know. I didn't watch that one. I'm too young for that. I've never seen anything like that. I can't believe how awful that was. I cannot believe how awful that was.
I can believe it, man. Come on. Now, the thing is, I did maybe hold out some hope, the audacity of hope, that maybe this would have been one of Trump's all-star speeches. It wasn't. It wasn't that.
It was.
I really can't believe it. I'm almost speechless.
Well, people have said who know him or have been around him, he's best under pressure. He doesn't feel any pressure. He just went up there, kind of went on and off the teleprompter, rambled, did his thing. It was very much like what I saw at the rally, only he was much better. And I didn't think he was great at the rally, but he was much better at the rally than this. At the rally, he just wanted to, because he was in New York, he wanted to talk about the pipe gauges at the Wallman Rink and how he knew who to call to find out how to freeze the ice properly. He just wanted to tell these anecdotes about his days as a developer in New York. But this was just like, yeah, I'm going to take all the shit I said on an elevator 8 years ago and make it really, really, really boring and drag it out for over an hour.
And that's what he did. You can see the rest of the video on their YouTube channel. But overall, RNC convention's over. Sorry, liberals. Donald Trump is now the nominee. You tried to arrest him, put him in jail, kick him off the ballot, do everything, and yet here he remains. The takeaway is, well, come with your own conclusion. But the real fact is that now Democrats, you are dealing with a unified, motivated base. The Republican voters, the Republican politicians, the Republican donors, the celebrities, all these people, all of Trump's supporters from 2020 and up until now as well as a whole new batch of people, are fully behind Trump. He is gaining in the polls. The RNC convention was an energized event. Democratic operatives have been saying how absolutely frightened they are because what does the DNC have to offer? A whole bunch of nothing. Say what you will about the speeches. We could all laugh at Trumpmania running wild. But the honest truth is this. Democrats, you're not ready. You literally crapped the bed. Now, the speech, at this point, what more could you expect from Trump? But that's not the big takeaway. The takeaway is that come in August 19th through the 22nd, how censored and controlled will the DNC convention be presented? What kind of celebrities are the Democrats going to roll out? What kind of speeches are going to be said to convince voters that the Democratic Party is worth their vote? See, Trump, he's got it. Snap of a finger, he's got his voters. Democrats, you have to beg. You have to beg, and you're in full-blown panic. You're scared. And I think I can end this segment with just what is lying in store for you, Democrats. It's this. A full-on feast. And I, for one, welcome this full-on feast. And I will be watching it. Stay tuned to Hard Lens Media as we cover the DNC convention in Chicago, August 19th through the 22nd.